Heartland fans, Season 18, Episode 10, has left us with burning questions. Will Amy and Nathan's love story finally unfold? Can Amy truly move on from Ty while still honoring his memory? And what does this mean for Lindy's future? Could a wedding for Amy and Nathan be on the horizon in Season 19? Grab your tissues because the next chapter of Heartland promises to be an emotional roller coaster of love, loss, and new beginnings. Season 18, Episode 10, opens with a poignant scene. Amy stands on the ranch, overlooking Heartland's golden expanse as memories of Ty Borden flood back. The serene beauty of the land sharply contrasts with the emotional storm brewing inside her. Lindy runs to Amy, clutching a small bouquet of wildflowers, a subtle reminder of innocence and hope. This tender moment underscores Amy's inner battle between holding on to Ty's memory and opening herself to a future with Nathan. While Nathan has been a steady, comforting presence, Amy struggles to embrace the possibility of a new love. His growing bond with Lindy is evident in a heartfelt moment when he reads her a bedtime story. Amy, watching from the doorway, is visibly moved by the potential family dynamic they could create. Yet, Amy feels torn between the life she once knew and the one she might build with Nathan. In a candid conversation with Jack, Amy admits her fears about moving forward. Jack, as always, offers sage advice, reminding her that healing doesn't mean forgetting. His words resonate, but they don't erase her doubts. When Amy receives a message from Nathan asking her to meet in a secluded spot for a private conversation, the atmosphere brims with anticipation. Nathan, ever the gentleman, expresses his admiration for Amy, acknowledging her strength and the love she pours into her family. Instead of a marriage proposal, he suggests they take the next step not just as a couple, but as a team, building a life together. While his sincerity touches Amy, it also reignites her fears. She openly admits her unresolved grief for Ty, her responsibilities as a mother, and her doubts about moving on. Nathan's response is mature and understanding. Rather than pressuring her, he assures her he's willing to wait until she's ready. As Amy processes Nathan's words, her inner conflict deepens. She reflects on the moments with Ty that shaped her life and the possibilities Nathan offers. Lindy, in her innocent yet insightful way, tells Amy, "Daddy would want you to smile again." Her words serve as a poignant reminder that moving forward doesn't mean forgetting. The episode weaves these emotional moments with Amy's work at Heartland, where training an unruly horse becomes a metaphor for her personal journey. As the horse begins to respond to her guidance, it symbolizes Amy's slow but steady steps toward healing. Jack and Tim step in to offer their unique perspectives. Jack shares a touching story about losing Lindy and how he eventually found joy again in different forms of love. Tim, in his characteristic blunt style, reminds Amy of her strength and that Ty wouldn't want her to live in the shadows. Meanwhile, Nathan writes a heartfelt letter to Amy, expressing his feelings without pressuring her. His patience and respect for Amy's journey highlight his deep understanding of her struggles. As the episode nears its end, Amy finds herself at a crossroads. During a solitary ride to a secluded riverside, a place she and Ty often visited, she is overwhelmed by memories. Nathan arrives, offering quiet support without intruding. Amy finally admits her fear that letting go of Ty might mean losing a part of herself. Nathan reassures her, saying, "Ty will always be a part of you, Amy. No one can take that away, not me, not anyone." The final scenes show Amy walking Heartland's trails, torn between her love for Ty and the possibility of a new beginning with Nathan. Will Amy embrace this new chapter, or will she remain anchored in the past? Season 18, Episode 10, masterfully explores themes of love, loss, and hope, leaving fans eager for the next step in Amy's emotional journey. Time is not something you owe to anyone else, Amy, it's something you owe to yourself. You deserve to find joy again, not for anyone else, but for yourself and Lindy. Lindy, though young, has become a silent observer of her mother's struggles. She notices the changes around her and one day approaches Amy with a simple yet profound question, "Mom, do you think Daddy would want us to stop being happy?" This innocent inquiry hits Amy deeply, sparking a moment of clarity. While she hasn't made a decision yet, Lindy's words resonate as a turning point. They remind Amy that moving forward doesn't erase the past but honors it by embracing life fully. As the day progresses, the Heartland family gathers for dinner. The atmosphere is heavy with unspoken tension. During this scene, Nathan makes a bold move, surprising not just Amy but everyone present. In a heartfelt declaration, Nathan doesn't propose marriage outright. Instead, he asks Amy to consider a future with him, whatever that might look like. "I'm not asking for an answer today or even tomorrow," he says. "I just want you to know that I'm here and willing to wait for however long it takes." His sincerity and vulnerability leave Amy stunned. The room falls silent as the family members exchange glances, their reactions ranging from cautious optimism to apprehension. Later that night, Amy retreats to her room, holding the small framed photo of Ty that Nathan had gifted her. As she stares at it, she feels a mix of gratitude and fear. She knows her next step will shape not only her future but also Lindy's. Determined to seek clarity, Amy decides to visit the old cabin she and Ty had built together, a sacred place filled with memories. Accompanied by Spartan, she journeys there in search of answers. The cabin, untouched and weathered, symbolizes the life she shared with Ty. While tidying the space, Amy stumbles upon a journal Ty had kept during Lindy's first year. Reading through Ty's reflections, Amy is moved to tears. His words capture his dreams for Lindy and his unwavering belief in Amy's strength. These entries remind her of Ty's enduring love and his wish for her to live fully, even without him. This emotional discovery becomes a catalyst for Amy's growing understanding of what it means to honor Ty's memory, not by clinging to the past, but by carrying his love forward. Amy shares the journal with Lindy, who is thrilled to see her father's words. They read it together, and this shared moment strengthens their bond. "Do you think Daddy would be proud of us?" Lindy asks. Amy smiles and reassures her, "He'd be so proud of how brave and kind you are, Lindy. And he'd want us both to find happiness, no matter what that looks like." Meanwhile, Amy confides in Jack, whose wisdom becomes a guiding light. Jack advises her to stop seeking the right answer and instead follow her heart. "Life isn't about replacing what's lost," he says. "It's about finding the courage to love again in a way that honors what came before." Nathan's presence in Amy's life becomes increasingly undeniable. As their connection strengthens, he invites her on a horseback ride through the vast expanse of his property. Nathan's land, rich with history, represents more than just a place. It's an extension of his soul, tied to his family's legacy and dreams. For Amy, this ride becomes a metaphor for her emotional journey, a chance to face the uncertainties of the future with Nathan by her side. During the ride, Nathan opens up about his own struggles with loss, sharing how he has learned to live with the absence of those he loved. His vulnerability catches Amy off guard. For the first time, she realizes she isn't alone in her grief. Nathan isn't trying to replace the people he's lost, he's learning to honor their memories while forging a new path forward. Their connection deepens as they discover more about each other's pasts. The tension hanging over their relationship begins to dissolve. Amy no longer sees Nathan as a man trying to fill the void left by Ty, but as a companion in a shared journey of healing. As Amy processes her feelings, the Heartland family navigates their own emotions about her shifting relationship with Nathan. Lou, ever protective of her sister, questions whether Nathan is truly the right man for Amy. Her concerns stem from a deep love for her sister and the fear that moving forward might somehow diminish Ty's memory. Peter, however, encourages Lou to let Amy make her own choices. "She needs to decide for herself," Peter says. Amy has always been strong enough to follow her heart. Georgie, recently back from intense training, offers Amy a unique perspective. "Sometimes moving forward feels like a betrayal of what we've lost," Georgie says, "but it's actually the greatest way to honor it." Her words resonate with Amy, adding another layer of insight. "Healing," Georgie reminds her, isn't about forgetting the past, it's about finding a way to live alongside it. As the episode nears its conclusion, Amy finds herself at the riverbank, searching for peace rather than answers. Holding a picture of Ty and Lindy, she speaks aloud to Ty, expressing gratitude for the life they shared. In this poignant moment, Amy realizes that her love for Ty doesn't diminish her capacity to love again. Instead, it strengthens her, giving her the courage to face the future. Moving forward isn't about leaving Ty behind, it's about carrying his love with her as she embraces the next chapter. The episode closes with a visually stunning montage of Amy's past, present, and future blending together, leaving viewers with hope and anticipation for what's to come. Season 18, Episode 10 provides an emotional crescendo as Amy makes pivotal decisions that will shape her future. As the community speculates about Amy's rumored relationship with Nathan, viewers are left wondering, will Amy embrace a new beginning or hold on to the past? Jack's parting words linger, "It's your life, Amy. Don't let anyone else write the ending for you." The sun sets on the Heartland ranch, casting a golden glow over the fields. Amy stands on the porch, gazing at the horizon, feeling a sense of calm she hasn't felt in years. Lindy runs up to her, clutching Ty's journal. "Mom, can we read more of Daddy's stories tonight?" she asks with a hopeful smile. Amy kneels, pulling Lindy into a hug. "Of course, sweetheart. Your dad would love that." Later, as Lindy sleeps soundly, Amy reflects on the day's events. She replays Nathan's heartfelt words in her mind and remembers Ty's unwavering belief in her strength. For the first time, she doesn't feel conflicted. Instead, she feels at peace, ready to embrace the future while carrying Ty's love with her. The next morning, Amy visits Nathan. She doesn't have all the answers, but she knows one thing: she's ready to take a step forward. "I'm not asking for promises or guarantees," she tells him. "But I'm ready to see where this goes, one step at a time." Nathan smiles, his eyes filled with understanding. "That's all I've ever wanted, Amy." As they ride across the fields together, the camera pans to Lindy and Spartan watching them from a distance, the legacy of Heartland continuing in their shared journey of love and healing. The final shot lingers on Amy, her face lit with hope as Ty's voice echoes in her memory, "Live fully, Amy. For yourself, for Lindy, and for us." The screen fades to black, leaving viewers with a sense of closure and anticipation for the next chapter of Amy's life.